Do you think it is legitimate to be tapping in to Apple and Google and these technology firms for the purpose of foreign security?
Yes, in short. It's a very complicated matter. This particular program has been reviewed by the court, by members of Congress. It's subject to a law that was reenacted just last year. It comes originally from 2007. So as a former national security practitioner myself, I'm aware of how these programs work and of their importance. And in this case, it's legality. The part here that's very problematic is, of course, it was never meant to be made public and is being made public now in a piecemeal fashion that doesn't provide the larger context of the program.
Richard, I think that gets to the heart of the matter. And folks, I would really recommend Barton Gelman, Laura Plotras this morning in the Washington Post is a primer on the history of this emotional issue. Richard, let me read this to you. The unauthorized disclosure of information about this important and entirely legal program is reprehensible and risks important protections for the security of Americans. That from Mr. Clapper this morning. Is this just the all-time great security leak of this early century?
Yeah, certainly of the Obama administration, this was the worst they've had. And there was an equivalent one in the Bush administration when this sort of activity was actually being done without the benefit of a law and formal authorization from the FISA court. That was probably illegal.
Right.
And so you could argue that was legitimate whistleblowing. In this case, the legality of it really is fairly well established. I think it will be established as the facts come out. So it's a different kind of leak.
Richard, without you giving away your trade secrets, as a national security expert, can you say that PRISM has saved American lives?
No, I can't say that. I've been out of the federal government since before PRISM started. Can't connect it directly, but I'm not surprised by the reporting that is coming out from the paper that intelligence derived from PRISM is among the most valuable intelligence they have. And I can say for a fact, Tom, that electronic surveillance, that is in general the ability to penetrate communications between terrorists, has saved American lives and is our most important tool. Whether PRISM, which is only one element of our larger electronic surveillance capacity, was instrumental in that, it's impossible to say from where we sit today.
And Richard, of course, it also raises questions about some of the companies involved. Google implied that it didn't know about the program, but it did say that it does not have a backdoor for the government to access private user data, raising this whole issue, Richard, of how these technology companies work with the government and have to follow these government laws.
You're right. And in fact, this extreme secrecy that covers this program is as much to protect the company's interest as it is the government's interest. So this will have a major impact on the ability of American telecommunications companies to do business abroad, and will drive some elements into other segments. There's also an issue which was reported this morning. If you read closely, the first revelation, the FISA court's order to Verizon, the first bit of information we had about this, that the order pertained only to U.S. communications. Foreign communications that occur between foreigners outside the country are collected through other means, presumably illegal in those countries.